Your dog did something today you completely ignored. They gave you a look, a tilt of the head, a soft whine, and you missed every bit of it. That tiny moment holds the key to understanding their world. Over the next 7 insights, you'll unlock the hidden messages your dog reads the second they lock eyes with you, because what you ignore triggers everything from misbehavior to stress. And I promise, number 7 will surprise pretty much everyone. For the full deep dive on each secret, head over to decode.store and grab the guide that unpacks it all. If you're ready to finally speak their language, hit subscribe now and let's start decoding. Here's number 1. Your dog isn't listening to your words, they're tuning into your energy. They scan your posture, your breathing, even micro-tremors in your hands. Research suggests dogs pick up on tiny shifts in stress hormones and mirror them back. Picture this: you tell your dog to stay calm, but you're rushing out the door, shoulders braced, voice tight. They register panic signals 100 times louder than the word stay. That mismatch breeds confusion. Here's the part that surprises people: you could be saying, relax, and your dog feels alert instead. Animal behaviorists have found dogs mirror emotional energy through your body language and scent. When you're anxious, they become jittery; when you're calm, they settle. Think of your relaxed posture as a flag: this leader is safe. When you slump or tighten a muscle, they read that as uncertain moment ahead. Even a raised brow or clenched jaw flickers across their radar. Some trainers encourage a quick mirror check, 60 seconds to practice releasing tension in your face. It sounds small, but dogs notice within milliseconds. The fix? Before you greet, before you train, take a deep breath and intentionally soften. Drop your shoulders, slow your blink, let your limbs loosen. Every time you model calm, you become their anchor. Watch behavior shift from chaotic to cooperative as they learn to follow your lead. That was insight 1, on to number 2. Here's number 2. When your dog stares at your face, they're hunting for permission. Dogs are wired to check in with their pack leader's eyes before acting. A single blink or a quick glance away can mean, go ahead; a hard stare means, pause. Stay with me. This alone changes hundreds of everyday interactions. I once worked with a dog that refused to cross the threshold of a storm shelter. The moment we paired a gentle eye blink with the command, this way, her hesitation melted. By day 2, she walked straight in. Research suggests that gaze following in dogs strengthens the bond and clarifies your intent. Without that eye check, your dog might assume you're unpredictable. Animal behaviorists have found that teaching a clear, release, cue linked to eye contact reduces bursts of anxiety and overexcitement. Your pup isn't defying you on purpose, they're just unsure what you want. Here's the fix: train a soft gaze game. Practice 5 seconds of gentle look and break sessions, paired with a marker word or a small treat. Over time, your dog learns that your eyes are the green light. We go deeper on this drill in the free chapter over at decode.store, where you'll find step-by-step guidance to make your dog fluent in your gaze vocabulary. No magic involved, just consistent pairing of eye signals with outcomes. Next time they look at you before edging toward that tempting snack, give them a calm nod or a soft blink. You'll see hesitation replaced by confidence in minutes. That's 2. Stay tuned for number 3, where we'll uncover the next secret your dog conveys every time they glance your way. Why does your dog stare at your hands? It's not impatience. It's detective work. Your hands hold all the power in the pack: your food, your play, your pat. In the wild, wolves watch the alphas pause for clues, digging, grabbing, pointing. Science tells us that your dog still reads your hands with that same intensity. They're scanning for a signal, treat time, or danger ahead. Every fingertip twitch is a message. Here's the takeaway: make your gestures deliberate. If you want calm, keep your palms open and your motions slow. That simple shift cuts the guessing game in half. That's 3, up next is 4. Why does your dog nudge your arm the moment you sit? It's not just for pets. It's a canine handshake. In wolf packs, grooming cements alliances. When your dog bumps you, they're asking to reinforce that bond. Animal behaviorists note that tactile contact floods their brain with oxytocin, the same feel-good hormone that kicks in when we cuddle. It's trust. It's connection. And yes, it's a little demand. Your move: respond with a soft stroke on the chest or behind the ears. That's all it takes to tell them, I've got you. That's 4, coming right up is number 5. Why does your dog park themselves on your feet? Here's the part that surprises people: they're mapping the territory. In a pack, wolves stake ground by standing shoulder to shoulder. Your dog isn't trying to hog space, they're anchoring you in their safety zone. It's instinct meeting emotion. By sitting on your toes, they signal, I belong here, beside you. If they're anxious, they'll lean harder, seeking comfort through proximity. Practical fix: let them claim that patch of real estate. And if you want to dive deeper into this foot-sitting ritual, there's a whole chapter on boundary mapping at decode.store. Supporting your dog's need for closeness eases their tension, and deepens the trust at the core of your bond. That's 5, let's move to 6. Why does your dog follow you from room to room? Because they see you as the pack's central hub. Out of sight equals out of mind in dog logic. Early wolves never wandered far from the alphas, they'd vanish into risk and predators. Your home is their territory, and you're the leader. Research shows dogs suffer subtle stress spikes whenever you leave their line of vision. The practical takeaway: build independence in baby steps. Practice closing a door for 10 seconds, then come back in with a reward. Gradual distance builds confidence far more effectively than a one-time, hour-long, alone, experiment. That's 6, on to number 7. But stick around, because number 9 is the one that changes everything. Why does your dog rest their head on your leg? It isn't just comfort seeking. It's a vulnerability signal wrapped in trust. In wolf packs, leaning in or resting a muzzle on another signals, I feel safe enough to expose my throat. Research shows that quiet contact actually lowers your dog's cortisol levels. Emotionally, your dog is saying, you're my anchor. The fix? When they offer that lean, respond with a slow, soothing stroke on the chest. You're reinforcing the message, yes, you can relax here. That's 7, on to 8. Why does your dog roll onto their back in front of you? It's not just begging for belly rubs. It's a dual-purpose gesture, a submissive bow plus a scent exchange. Exposing their belly tells the pack, I trust you with my weakest spot, while simultaneously marking you with their signature underbelly aroma. Behaviorists note that combining submission with scent bonding cements social ties. When your dog flips over, speak softly, offer calm praise, and gently rub that tummy. You validate both their confidence in you and their pack allegiance. That's 8, brace yourself for 9. Why does your dog tilt their head every time you speak? It's more than baby cute. Tilting repositions their ears to pinpoint sound angles, but it also shows active decoding of your tone. Studies suggest that dogs tilt more when they recognize a familiar voice pattern, like you're excited, want to walk. They're effectively saying, I'm parsing your words. Here's what to do: when they tilt, pause and reward with a quiet, good listen, paired with a tiny treat. You're training them to keep tuning in, sharpening communication across the pack. That's 9, this one changes everything. Why does your dog lean against you when you're just sitting there? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not about hogging your lap. It's a twofold instinctive gesture, pack bonding plus a quick dose of calm. In wolf packs, individuals press into one another to share warmth and reassurance. Modern dogs still do it. When they lean on you, they're borrowing your stability. Animal behaviorists have found that physical contact spikes oxytocin in both parties, the same feel-good hormone that cements trust. Emotionally, it says, "You're my safe space." Practically, let it happen, but gently teach a cue so it doesn't turn into a blockade of your sofa. Offer a nearby dog bed or mat as an alternative leaning station. That small swap honors their instinct without sacrificing your own comfort. There's a full chapter on mastering these touch cues over at decode.store, if you want to decode every nuance. That's 10, on to 11. Why does your dog's tail wag harder to the right than the left? Stay with me. Every wag isn't just excitement, it's a directional billboard of emotion. Research suggests the left brain governs approach emotions, sending the tail to the right side when your dog feels relaxed or eager. Conversely, a left side wag often signals caution or anxiety. Next time they greet a friend with a broad right tilt sweep, you'll know they're all in for play. But if it's a left-leaning flick when someone new walks by, it's their way of saying, "Let me check this out with care." You're not just watching a tail, you're reading a mood report. Use this insight to match your energy, reward the confident wags with praise, and give space if the tail swings left. That's 11, coming up 12. Why does your dog bring you their favorite toy, dropping it at your feet like an offering? It's not just because they want to play, which, yes, they usually do. Beneath that chew toy delivery is a deep-seated pack ritual, trophy sharing. Wolves parade their catch to the alpha as both a gift and a request for inclusion. Domestic dogs transpose that instinct onto squeaky balls and stuffed animals. By presenting a toy, they're saying, "I value you. Let's connect." When you scoop up the toy and engage, you're fulfilling that age-old social contract. Here's your takeaway: always respond warmly, your reaction is the reward. Then rotate toys regularly so they stay special. For more on transforming play into bonding gold, you'll find a practical guide and step-by-step exercises at decode.store. That's 12, on to 13. Why does your dog yawn when you yawn? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not just boredom. It's contagious empathy. Dogs mirror our expressions through mirror neurons, the same circuits that make humans catch yawns from one another. When you exhale a big stretch, your dog's brain says, "That must be stress or fatigue in the pack." Instinctively they join in. Emotionally, it's a sign they're deeply tuned to you. Next time you feel the urge, pause and breathe through your nose before the yawn peaks. You'll teach them that pack calm starts with controlled breathing, not mass yawning. That's 13, on to 14. Why does your dog lie right across your doorway? It's not defiance. It's protection mode. In the wild, wolves post sentries at key exit points to guard the pack's perimeter. Your dog is doing the same, staking out the threshold where pack members come and go. Behaviorists note that this spot gives them visual control over your comings and goings. It's both security duty and social check-in. To balance their watch-post habit, set up a comfy mat slightly off to one side. You still get free passage and they keep their guard position intact. That's 14, now 15. Why does your dog rest their head in your lap? Stay with me. It's not clinging, it's heart-to-heart reading. They feel your heartbeat and breathing rhythm and match it to suit themselves. Evolution wired dogs to sync up physically to pack mates for mutual reassurance. By reclining their skull on your thigh, they're literally grounding their stress in your steadiness. Embrace it, but teach a place cue so they know when head down means cuddle time versus when you need a little leg room. That respect builds trust on both sides. That's 15, up next, 16. Why does your dog lock eyes with you, without a blink? It's not a stare down. It's a moment of deep connection. In wolf packs, direct eye contact signals trust, not threat. Dogs mirror that instinct and even get an oxytocin boost, kind of like a puppy love hormone. When they hold your gaze, they're literally saying, I trust you. Reward that locked look with a gentle, good dog, or a tiny treat. There's a whole chapter on eye contact games over at decode.store if you want to dig deeper. That's 16, on to 17. Why does your dog drop a half-chewed toy at your feet? It's not random play. It's an invitation to rekindle the pack ritual. Wolves bring prey back to share. Your dog offers you a toy for the same reason, to include you. And play is more than fun. Research suggests it strengthens social bonds and actually tires their brain faster than a walk. Next time they press that toy into your hand, toss it back for a round. You both win. That's 17, keep watching. Why does your dog follow you from room to room? It might feel clingy, but it's pure pack allegiance. Your path lays out the next chapter, kitchen, couch, bedtime. They feel safer knowing exactly where you are. Animal behaviorists note that proximity seeking helps dogs read your posture, your breathing, your mood. To give them security without shadowing your every step, set up a little station in each room, a blanket or small bed, so they'll settle close by but leave you your space. That's 18, nearly there. Why does your dog nudge your hand when you're typing or scrolling? It's more than a tap for attention. It's a gentle pack check-in. Wolves nuzzle to keep their group in sync when words aren't available. Your dog's nose bump asks, still on track? Are we good? Pause for a second, scratch them behind the ears, then return to work. You'll show them you're present even when you're busy. For a deeper decode of these subtle nudges, head over to decode.store. That's 19, brace yourself. Why does your dog lick your face or hands? It's not just for salt. It's an ancient grooming ritual. Wolf pups lick adults to signal hunger and affection, and adults lick back to reinforce the bond. When your dog laps at you, they're inviting you into that care circle. Let them indulge for a moment if you're okay with it, then gently redirect them to a chew toy if you need hands-free time. It's a friendly reset in their pack language. That's 20, the big reveal is coming in the final section. Stay tuned. You might wonder about that soft sigh when they flop beside you. It's more than relaxation. It's contentment calibration. Dogs sigh to offload tension they've picked up on walks or during alone time. When they let out that big breath next to you, they're literally releasing stress into your care. You're their safe harbor. Accept that exhale as an all clear. Notice their tail flick when it's barely moving. It's not excitement. It's a subtle status signal. In wolf packs, a low-amplitude tail swing shows relaxation and deference. Your dog tucks it just enough behind the hind leg to say, I'm good here, no challenge intended. Then there's the classic head tilt. It's not a cartoon reaction. It's a cognitive alignment trick. Dogs tilt their heads to adjust the ear canal angle, honing in on your tone and word pattern. When you say, treat, or walk, they're reorienting their perspective to decode meaning. It's neuroscience in action. If you catch tiny ear twitches in sequence, those are microradars scanning for your next cue. Each flip is a sweep for social signals, your posture, your gaze, even your breathing rate. Dogs process human expressions in fractions of a second. Those subtle ear beats. That's them saying, I'm tuned in. Lip lifts and nose wrinkles aren't just about smell, they're calming signals borrowed from wolves to diffuse tension. When they briefly lift a lip, they're rehearsing a peace treaty with you or another dog. It's a quick, we're cool, gesture under the surface. And that single raised paw, don't chalk it up to indecision. It's an olive branch, not a threat. Wolves paw the earth to shake off stress and signal composure. Your dog offers you the same, a gentle, let's keep things friendly. All these microbehaviors build up to one simple truth: your dog treats you as pack. Every gaze lock, twitch, tilt, and sigh is them tuning into your frequency. They're constantly decoding your unspoken language, matching heartbeats, syncing rhythms. You've seen glimpses of it so far. But number 9 in the final section. That one flips your whole perspective on its head. Stick around for the reveal. Number 9 changes everything. Watch your dog when you yawn. Here's the part that surprises people: that slow, deep yawn isn't boredom, it's empathy. Animal behaviorists have found that dogs actually catch human yawns almost as often as we catch theirs. It's not coincidence. When you let out a big, drawn-out inhale-exhale, your pup's mirror neuron network kicks in and mirrors that emotion. That shared yawn tells you they're tuned into your internal state. Next time you feel your dog copy you, know it's their way of saying, I feel you. It's a conversation in its own right. Stay with me, this peek into canine empathy rewrites the rulebook on how deeply dogs connect. And then there's the head lean, number 10. Ever notice your dog casually resting their chin on your foot or lap? That gentle press is a trust handshake. In wolf packs, leaning equals bonding, a non-threat signal that says, I pick you as my ally. Your dog mirrors that instinct with you. Each ounce of weight they shift onto you confirms they see you as safe ground. If you want to understand this fully, there's a whole chapter devoted to trust signals at decode.store, where you can dive deeper into decoding these moments. Number 11 might seem subtle: tail wag asymmetry. You've probably seen that full body wag, but did you know direction matters? Research suggests a slight bias to the right means positive feelings, while left-leaning wags hint at anxiety. When your dog greets you, watch for that right side sweep. It's a secret heartbeat of happiness, a dog's way of flashing a green light, all good here. Over time, you'll start reading those subtle tail beats like traffic signals to your emotional bond. Finally, number 12, the slow blink. It looks like your dog's catching some ZS, but it's actually a peace signal. Wolves and dogs use slow blinks to show they're not a threat, to quiet tension. When your pup meets your eyes and gives you that gentle, dreamy blink, they're reinforcing that you're pack, trusting, friendly, calm. If you blink back, you're replying in the same forgotten language. Try it next time: lock eyes, slow blink, and feel the conversation flow. All these behaviors, empathetic yawns, that weight-sharing head lean, tail wag direction, and those mellow blinks, add up to a simple truth: your dog sees you as pack. Every mirrored yawn, every lean, every tail flick and blink is part of the oldest dialogue between our species. It's a nonverbal code that builds trust, empathy, and belonging, one tiny gesture at a time. Want the full decoder ring? The complete guide, packed with deeper insights and step-by-step readings of dozens more cues, is waiting at decode.store/n. You'll never look at your dog the same way again. Which of these behaviors does your dog do most? Let me know in the comments. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe for more revelations on dog psychology, and share this with one dog owner who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Stay with me. Think back to the last time your dog flopped in a belly-up cuddle. That single gesture carries submission, comfort-seeking, trust, all in one. When they exhale heavily against your leg, they're offloading stress. You just became their emotional pillow. And every time you slip into that soft, sing-song voice, you spark an oxytocin spike in their brain. Oxytocin aligns your heartbeats. That's pack bonding in physiological form. Notice how their gait adapts to the tempo of your steps. They mirror your rhythm to stay in sync. It's more than friendship. It's co-regulation, a dynamic dance of signals that maintains balance. Each subtle breath, each tiny lean, builds trust. Even the pace of your breathing influences their calm. Slow inhale, slow exhale, watch how they settle. It's the links in a chain of communication that's kept our two species together since domestication. Mastering it changes everything about how you live with your dog.